Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Under Armour Anatomix Spawn Low. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Anatomix Spawn Low features this kind of like heat map, wavy looking traction pattern. I really don't know how to describe this. It kind of almost looks like the Kobe 9 traction, or I mean, doesn't kind of almost looks like it, but it, it resembles it just a little bit. And the traction pattern on this pair of shoes is really nice. The traction in general is just really nice. It may not be the traction pattern, but a combination of the rubber compound and the traction pattern. This thing bites like crazy. The traction on here is just freaking insane. Whether I was playing on a clean court or a dusty court, I really didn't have any problems. On a dustier court, the traction does pick up just a little bit of dust, but even if it collected dust, I didn't have any problem. I was still stopping on the dime, and I really enjoyed the traction on these shoes. Not to mention that this is a translucent rubber, and like I always say, translucent rubbers always don't perform as well as solid rubber outsoles. So I feel like the solid rubber version of this shoe will be even better. The only downside to the traction on here is the durability, and that's because the durability seems like it may not be great for extensive use. I see signs of fraying, and already this kind of reminds me of the issue that I had with the Curry 6. The rubber started fraying very, very fast, and that kind of scares me. I feel like if I continue playing in these, I may run into the same problems where the fraying continues and the rubber actually rips off a little bit. But the traction may just be fraying and actually won't rip off. But that's just something to keep in mind. So moving on to the cushion, the Anatomix Spawn Low features Micro G, and for some reason the Micro G in this shoe is a little more firm than Micro G in other Under Armour shoes that I've played in. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? It really depends on the person. For me, I kind of like it. It's still soft, but not mushy, which I really like, because not only does that give you the impact protection that I personally want, but it also gives me a good amount of court feel. This Micro G also provides like a very subtle bounce, which is really nice. So if you all prefer those lower profile cushion setups that give you a good blend of that court feel and responsiveness, while also giving you that impact protection, I would say that this Micro G pretty much does the job. But honestly, even if this was the softer version of Micro G, that's not a bad thing. But it is what it is, and I'm not going to complain about it because the cushion setup is still really nice. So moving on to the materials. The materials featured on the shoe are like pretty much a mesh. It's a foam backed mesh, and it's not like very premium feeling, but they definitely get the job done. The base material for this shoe is this foam backed mesh up in the front that's very exposed up in the toe box area, whereas when you move towards the midfoot and the back area, you do have these huge parts of the shoe where the material, or that mesh material at least, is covered by this like, it feels like fuse. It's honestly a fuse material, and what that's there for is to give that added durability and just structure to the shoe. You all will definitely be able to tell the material difference up in the toe box area compared to like the sides of the shoe. It's just way more free flowing up in the forefoot, and it feels nicer because it's it's softer. But I understand why Under Armour did add the fuse overlays in the midfoot area, just to give it that added durability and also increase containment in the shoe. Not only do they have this fuse material up in the midfoot, but they also feature the same material, that fuse material, up in the toe box area for those high wear areas for that extra durability. Could the materials have been a little bit better? Definitely, but from a performance standpoint, they get the job done. Moving on to the fit, I think the Anatomix Spawn Low runs just a tad bit long. If you all wanted to go down a half size and get that super snug fit, I would say go for it. Like, you definitely could go down a half size. At least I think I could. Your best bet, obviously, try them on in stores, but I'd say you could get away with going down a half size. As far as the width, I didn't really have too many problems width-wise, and I am a slightly wide footer. One thing about the width, or like the fit width-wise on the shoe, is that because this piece of rubber actually extends up over the midsole and it actually holds this piece of your shoelace right here, when you crank down this area of your shoes, you can kind of feel this rubber piece digging into your foot, and it is a little bit irritating at first, but it goes away. It's just something to keep in mind, especially if you guys are wide footers. Other than that, you know, I thought the fit was really nice. This thing pretty much fits like a glove if you get your correct size. Overall, I would say this is a great fitting shoe. Moving on to the support, I thought the support in the Anatomix Spawn Low was phenomenal. You know, it doesn't have like very, you know, spectacular support features, but it features exactly what you need in order to have that great support, which is, you know, it does have a built-in heel counter. I didn't have any heel slippage or side-to-side movement on the footbed. The heel counter takes care of that. Pretty much this whole upper material is built to make sure that your foot doesn't slide around. That's why this midfoot area is comprised of this fuse and mesh. And in the forefoot area, like I was mentioning earlier, you do have this rubber piece where the lace goes that actually, you know, acts as a container for your forefoot as well. The shoe really doesn't have a lateral outrigger, but the base is wide enough that you don't really need one. Overall, the support in the Anatomix Spawn Low was really nice. The Anatomix Spawn Low retails for $110, and for $110, I'd say this is a very solid performer, especially for the price. Honestly, you get everything that you could possibly want in the shoe. I mean, you know, it doesn't come with the name like Nike or Adidas, but it's still a great performer on court. I do have that point guard play style where I need to be quick on my feet, but I also value that impact protection. And this does exactly that. This Micro G is a little more firm than the Micro G that I'm used to, but I'm completely okay with that because I still get that impact protection while also getting a lot of court feel and responsiveness. The containment is there. It honestly does the job very well. And for $110, you can't really, you know, say anything bad about the shoe. Besides maybe aesthetically, I don't think these are the most great looking shoes. And the fact that the traction durability may not be there. But if you all are interested in picking up a pair, I'd say go for it. If the traction does fail on you, like it starts ripping and whatnot, just send it back to Under Armour. They do have a great return policy, especially for durability issues. So just keep that in mind if you want to pick up a pair of these. That's pretty much it for this performance review. If you guys like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. Also smash that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. While you guys are at it, check out this video on my left and on my right, and that's pretty much it. Till next time, peace.